so I'm back. I'm sorry it's been a while. There's been a lot going on. But I have a new video for you guys. So if you watched a few videos back, I did the 23andMe DNA test. And I sent it in and I kind of went through what it was and how to do it. Well, I got it back a few weeks ago. It said, I believe, 4 to 6 weeks, and it took more like 8 or 9 weeks. So it took longer than I expected, but that's fine. I wasn't in any rush. But I did get my results back, and I want to share it with you guys and just kind of say that it's something that it surprised me to a point because so before I look at the results, I've already looked. But before I tell you guys, so I knew that I believed I was a third Irish, a third English, and a third Italian. And although those are true, I didn't know that I had other things mixed in. So it was kind of cool to find that out. Going a little more into it, so I mentioned before I was adopted. I was adopted when I was born. My parents now were there when my birth mom gave birth to me. If that's a video that you guys want to hear about my experience, what being adopted means, I would love to make that video, but I'd like to hear back from you guys if that's something you would want. But so basically I don't know my birth father. So I didn't really have any information on my DNA, excuse me. And one of the main things is, so the 23andMe that I did was your heritage, but also health. Health is a very important thing to me, and it's something that I need to know. And it's something that I didn't know from my birth family. So I was really excited to find that out, see if I was predisposed for anything, if I needed to work on anything, figure out what I may have in the future. So I was excited to find that out. So let's get started. So I have the app on my phone as I described it before. So I just go into the little 23andMe app, and this is what comes up, and it gives you all the different things you can click on. So it says ancestry composition, which is what we're going to go over, your DNA family. And so what's cool about the DNA family is that other people can do it. So for example, if my birth mom or my birth half sisters or my birth father did it, that is all stored in here and I could possibly find them. So one of the cool things is when I open it, it says your DNA family, and it says, Lily, you have 1,017 DNA relatives in your 23andMe DNA family, which I think is really cool. So if I wanted to go in, I could literally go in, and this is all the states where they are. So I have 75 in California, 70 in Texas, 45 in Virginia, Florida 45, North Carolina 30, and the list goes on and on. So it shows you here, and it says how many. And then it also shows you how many of your DNA relatives have the same ancestry as you do, which I think is really cool. If you do it with a parent, a male, I believe it can be a brother too. But there's a part where you go in right here and it can tell you, because there's some things that they can only tell if the male does it. Since I don't know if my birth father's ever done it, since I don't really know him, I'm not able to find that stuff out, but I'm fine with it. So, ancestry composition. So I go into it, I click it, and it shows this little map and the little circle bar. So, first off, it says I am 100% European. So I am 45.5 British and Irish, which I kind of knew, as I said before. I'm 18.1% Italian, which I knew. Now this is where it gets interesting. My family now, my mom is half French, and she was born in Germany. And according to this, I'm 13.8 French and German. So that's kind of cool, and I speak French fluently. So that's one thing that I didn't know that I got kind of excited about, because I've been speaking French since I was little. So to me, that was like pretty cool. And then I'm 2.5% Scandinavian, zero point 0.3 Balkan, 0.2 Iberian. So that was really interesting to find out too. I really enjoyed doing this because, as I said, it's not just about like what I thought it was. Like I thought honestly I was gonna get it back and it was gonna say like Italian, Irish, British, and that's it. Like that part of it I thought was gonna be useless. But see, it turns out it's not. And also, there's some things that even parents may not know because it goes back, I believe, 3 or 4 generations right away. And you can look more into it if you choose to. But it pulls from like many different DNA things. This covers, I'm not sure exactly of the science, but I know it covers, it tests from everywhere. Not just like the 23andMe, which I think is really cool. So now we can go on to the health. So you click on the little health, and this one says carrier status reports, genetic health risks, trait reports, wellness reports. So this is what it looks like. I hope you guys can see this. So carrier status. I'm not going to go through all of these because there's a lot. But I like that it said, so there's the list of things you could be carrying. And it's quite a long list too. See, keeps going. And the way that it tells you, it says variant not detected or variant detected. So for example, Bloom syndrome. For me, it says variant not detected. Glaucoma, variant not detected. Cystic fibrosis, variant not detected. So it just kind of goes through that. It tells you what you could have, what you couldn't have, which is pretty cool. To me, I really wanted to see the genetic health risks. So for this one, it says variant detected, but not likely at increased risk. Or increased risk, depending on, so age-related macular degeneration. It's detected in my body, but I'm not at a higher risk. So that basically means it's like 50-50. This is one that was important to me. Late onset Alzheimer's. I am at high risk for Alzheimer's. Luckily, it's late onset. That was a really big thing for me because my family has a high risk of Alzheimer's, and even though I'm not blood related to them, I would still like to know that, and it's still something important to have. Parkinson's disease, it says variant not detected, so that probably means I won't get it. Also, just so you know, when you see variant not detected, that doesn't mean that there's no way you could get it or have it. I shouldn't say get it, but have it. It just means that you're not at a higher risk. It didn't show up where you are right now, which I think is important. Trait reports, which this one I think is kind of cool, so it says like ability to match musical pitch. And then it'll tell you more likely to be able to match a musical pitch. Bitter taste, likely can taste for me. So my parents laugh at me because sometimes when I eat green beans, they taste like metal to me. And you ask me how I would know that. I don't. But to me, it tastes like if I put a penny in my mouth. Like that's how I believe it would taste. And sometimes I cannot eat it. But it's not like every time. It's only a couple. So bitter taste is something that taste can sometimes be off for me. I know Thomas and I have laughed about that too. he'll taste something and and says that it tastes like whatever, and I taste completely different. Cheek dimples. I don't have cheek dimples. It says likely no dimples. Earlobe type. I have detached earlobes. Eye color, blue or green. I have bluish green depending on what I'm wearing. Freckles, I have a couple, but not much. Hair texture, slightly straight or wavy, yeah. Sorry, it cut out. So, it says light or dark hair. I have lightish hair. I obviously have dyed red hair right now, so this is not my natural color. And then, so a few more. Mosquito bites. I thought that this was cool. It can tell you how likely you are to get bitten by mosquitoes. It says likely bitten more often than others. That I'm not sure of, because when I was little, I would get bitten all the time. Now I rarely get mosquito bites at all. I can go outside with no DEET or anything on and be fine. This one I found funny. It said wake up time, likely to wake up around 9 a.m., which is slightly true. I usually wake up. I may go back to sleep, but I usually wake up around then. So yeah, I just thought that was really cool. There's also a wellness report, so that's something that's cool to look at. Genetic weight, deep sleep, alcohol flush reaction, which is when you get when you drink and you get red. So as you can kind of see, and I'm sure you've seen in other videos, I get very red very easily. I can scratch myself and get bright red. I can be nervous and I get bright red. I can be happy and I get bright red. I get sad, I get bright red. So I'm always red. And this says that that's true. And I get red when I drink too. Lactose intolerant? Yes, I recently found that out. I am allergic to dairy, eggs, and peanuts. So that's the other thing. It's been a slow road, but I've been trying to get my health back. I've been trying to lose weight. I'm trying to figure out what I'm allergic to, because for the past 3 or 4 years, I've had very, very bad stomach issues that I don't want to go into. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I was eating stuff I was allergic to. So now that I've cut that stuff out, I'm doing a lot better. I have less stomach aches. I'm clearing up. I know my skin's kind of bad right now, but it used to be a lot worse. So I'm just trying to work on my health. I've been going to the gym. I've been watching what I eat. It's one of those things that it's really tough to do, but you gotta stick with it. It's something that's important to me. So that's another reason why I wanted to do this, because since I'm on this health kick, I wanted to figure out what I was allergic to, eat well, exercise, and find out more about my genetics and my wellness. So that's another reason why I would really recommend this. Sleep movement is one of the things, which is how much you toss and turn at night. Mine is very high. Unless I'm extremely, extremely tired, I tend to move a lot when I sleep. And I also tend to wake up fairly often, even if it's only for 30 seconds. I think for now that's pretty much it. There's different parts, so there's connections. So another part of this that I really enjoyed was that you can find other people. So you can give them permission to give your information out. Not out to a real retailer, but out within the database. So you could find other people in your family. 23andMe has connected many, many families. I'm not sure the number. I'm not sponsored by them. But it is something that I highly, highly recommend. And I think that it's a great thing to do. I think it can be very beneficial, even if you're not adopted. If you don't fully know what your heritage is, you don't know what your DNA is, you don't know what your wellness is, it's a great idea. It is pretty expensive. I believe just the DNA ancestry part is $100. and the Ancestry Plus Health, I believe, is 180. Don't quote me on that though. But I do believe it's worth it. And there are coupon codes that you can get. I think I got mine. Over some sale, and I think I only paid 120. So just keep an eye out for that. If you have any questions that I can answer, let me know. Let me know if you want me to do a video on being adopted. I could do one by myself, or I could do one with my mom, or with both of my parents. I think that that could be a really good video and something that if you guys are interested in, I would love to do. So that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, okay, hope you guys have a great day. Bye.